we got to see CJ getting back to being CJ.
Yeah.
He's just not that guy, and he's got to be that guy. This is a scary – this came out before the games, Lance.
Yep.
But have you seen the comparisons between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud over the last 5 games?
I'm telling you, we are – when you look at the actual way CJ has played and you stop being a fan, you're a fan, you're a fan, you're a fan. If you stop being just a fan and you just look at how he's played, it's scary. Like, the data is terrible. It's one of the It's one of the bottom 6 or 7 in the league right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe it. I mean, I see it. I'm still kind of in denial that he's playing. Like, I don't feel like he's playing that bad. I don't feel like it, but I don't feel like he's playing good. But it's undeniable from a completion standpoint, a touchdown interception standpoint, depth of target. Whatever metric you want to use, it's not good. And Bryce, now I've seen Bryce play. I watched Bryce play. I saw plenty of it yesterday. He's way better than last year. He's not as good as CJ. And Bryce, frankly, is going to – I've already stamped him like, yeah, he's not – the physical talent is not good enough. Too small, arm not enough. Bryce is never going to be a special player. I missed on him. He was good in college, but I missed on him. He won't be as good as CJ. But you ain't wrong, though.
It's a little bit scary that CJ has regressed this much, and his numbers are this. I blame the offensive line. There's some blame on Bobby Slowick, but CJ is CJ. And CJ had difficulties to overcome last year, and he did. This year, not so much, and so he's got to play better down the stretch, especially against these next three games. This is the gauntlet. This is gauntlet number 2. Gauntlet number 1. It's amazing, you had the Jets who weren't nearly but yet they still got the win, one of their 3 wins this season. Holy crap. That, you thought, well, they got to play the Jets, the Cowboys, and the Lions. That's going to be, well, look at that gauntlet. Well, it turns out they should have beaten the Lions. They took care of the Cowboys easily, and they lost to a crappy Jets team. Now you got the second gauntlet coming up now, and CJ has just got to be better, period.
Yep.
Now you do have you lost Steph, but you got Collins back. Nico is back, which is really, really nice, who you didn't have then. And you got him back now, which is really, really nice to have Nico back. He's got to be the CJ we thought he was going to be. He's not playing with that same everything about him, his body language, his face, the frown on his. He looks like he's in a constant frown. He's not the same confident. He's not throwing it with confidence. 2 of his picks have been lobs. I mean, the one in the end zone to Tank Dell that would have won the Lions game was awful. And then he did it with Nico as well, and he short-armed it against Tennessee, and he got a pick there too. Instead of lobbing the ball, throw it with some authority. We got to see CJ getting back to being CJ.
Yeah.
He's just not that guy. And he's got to be that guy.
He's not. And some of it is actually on him. Like, some of it is just on him. I mean, he's just got to be better. Like, it's okay to say that. You're not going to – it doesn't make you not a fan, and it doesn't make you a hater. It's okay to say when a guy doesn't play well. He's not really playing well right now. And our standards are higher because he set the standards. And once again, it's okay. If you're a super fan, you can still say things like CJ needs to play better. It can be mutually exclusive from the offensive line needs to block better. You need to put CJ in better position if you're calling plays. It's all that. That's fine. But one of the components is CJ's not playing as well this year. And the most notable element of that, most noticeable element, is that easy throws that were automatic, 100%ers, are now not 100%ers anymore. And I think some of that is his brain is sped up really fast, and he's like, I think he needs the game to slow down a little bit again for him. And I think the best way to do that is, I think it can be done. Protection starts with protection. Bobby Slowick, I think, situational play calling. Putting him in position to get early completions is a big deal. I'm not a big fan of sideways passing all the time, but I do think there's a time and a place for it to get guys easy completions and extended, like make it an extended running game. Because, last year they had to do some of that. They had to be more creative because they didn't have a run game. This year, now that they have a run game, I think Slowick's trying to run a more standard, West Coast type of Shanahan offense, and it's actually not great. I think it'd be better to get more jet sweeps involved again. Maybe a few more wide receiver screens. Maybe.
What do you think they did over the break? Do you think? I'm hoping that that D'Amico went with each coach, or maybe just as coordinators, whatever the case may be. Okay, let's take a look at what we've been doing, and how can we do it? What can we do differently? What can we change going forward? Now, you're not going to change drastically because you've only got a week to put it in. The guys had off. It's not like you've got a whole preseason to put everything in. But what are we going to change? What are we going to see different coming up with these last 4 games, the last month of the season?
I think what they should do is you self-scout and you basically find out your own tendencies. Like, do we have any tendencies? Do we need a break tendency? And then you say, okay, what are the plays that we're running best? Because you have them charted. So you chart what are our best plays and what are the plays that are not working. Do we need to just dump certain plays? What personnel groupings are best for us right now? I think it starts with self-scouting. 1 week should be self-scouting where you say, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? And I'm pretty much, on offense and defense. Where are teams attacking us? You have to go find out who you are by studying tendencies and trying to break tendencies, and then just focus on the things you do well. Quit trying to, don't jackhammer things you don't do well in there. If you need to cut out 25% of the playbook, then maybe it needs to be gone. This isn't an ego thing. It's a win games thing. So if you need to simplify, then get back to simplifying. I think it's important that you get the ball in Tank Dell's hands. I've been saying Tank all year, and I know it sounds like I'm picking on him, but it's because I think Tank is a really valuable player. Like, you look at Tank's numbers this year versus last year at about the same amount of playing time so far, John. Actually, more playing time now than last year, I think by 1 game. I mean, the catches are similar. The yards are lower. His yards per catch was higher last year. The catches are similar, actually, to what he had last year. But the touchdowns are not even close. I think it's 7-2.
What about the explosive plays, not only for him, but for the team?
It's going to be hard because your coverages are played different. I mean, they're taking that away. They actively take it away now. And then they're daring you to run the football. And when you run, you usually run pretty well. But it's not. But CJ's not, and Slowick and CJ in the offensive line, they're not building long drives. What's the number one enemy of a long drive? A sack and a penalty. Check and check. They do both.
Right.
Drops are a big enemy of a long drive. And they do that too. They get their drop on some.
Yeah. No, forget long drive. I want explosive plays. I want Tank going for 40, 45 yards. And we're not seeing that at all this year. We're just not. And those big plays are quick scoring strikes. We're just not seeing it. Mm-hmm. We got to get Nico. You still see some explosive plays out of him. Yeah. But Tank has got to be a part of that too. I think you're right. I think Tank has got to be a much bigger. How do we get the ball in Tank's hands to make a big play? But it's scary. It's scary looking at Bryce Young's numbers and looking at CJ's numbers.
It is. And it shocked me. I was on the air doing it live when I was looking at, just CJ versus the rest of the league, and I realized how low down he was on completion percentage. His interception to touchdown numbers are the same as Deshaun Watson's, which is 3-1. It was it hasn't been as good. And we're not telling anyone anything that you don't already know.
Right.
I mean, we already know it. But you're right. That's a really good question. And I am curious. I don't know if they probably wouldn't give. I'd be interested to hear Bobby Slowick on Thursday, and Matt Burke, maybe the two coordinators, because CJ D'Amico will give you a standard answer. But hey, Bobby, what did you guys do? Like, when you have this much extra time, can you give us an idea of what the organization, what you will do as an offensive coordinator? To kind of, do you review? Do you have an overview of the previous weeks of games? Like, what do you do moving forward in a game? Like, that would be a good question.